He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to Armstrong Entertainment. This is Chad here and I saw the movie Won't You Be My Neighbor, the documentary about Mr. Rogers. Now this is directed by Morgan Neville. He also did Neville from Harry Potter. I don't know if that's really how you pronounce his last name, I'm just assuming. But he also did 20 Feet from Stardom, that Oscar documentary that came out a few years ago. So I was very excited to see this because seeing the preview, it just brought back all of these feelings of my childhood, and it was oddly heartwarming. I used to watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when I was a wee little boy in the early 1980s to mid-1980s, and I just remember it was some of my first memories as a child as this soothing man who just came in and was just so simple and was just like, you just kind of fall into this lull and this trance and watching this man. I don't really remember much about the show except for what, like people always joke now about his sweaters and his shoes and then going through the trolley into the magical land. I vaguely remember those things, but I just remember that feeling of just being so lulled to sleep almost by Mr. Rogers. Now, I know what everyone is thinking, and it actually gets brought up in this documentary, so I don't want to give anything away, but he looked kind of creepy. He was doing all of these weird, creepy voices with these fake-ass looking puppets, and he was a creep. I literally thought this movie might turn into a child predator type of thing. I did not know where it was going to go. I kind of assumed from the preview it was going to be very PG, which it was. And just tell me who Mr. Rogers was, because I had no idea. I love documentaries. I love documentaries, especially when it's about something I already know, or I think I know some things about, but I learned even more. And it was just it's exactly what the preview is, if you've seen the preview and got a little tear in your eye when he's talking to that little boy in the wheelchair and he's saying that he doesn't feel sad right now. Oh, that was it for me. It was just such a heartwarming documentary, this is. If you have any memories or feelings about Mr. Rogers, it just shows what almost a perfect guy he's like Mother Teresa, but Mr. Rogers, just everything he stood for, everything he was going for. I remember as a kid, I grew out of Mr. Rogers and moved into the bigger, flashier, more dramatic cartoons, and that's exactly what Mr. Rogers was against, and it just made me really sad. It's a very heartwarming documentary. I don't really think you need to go to the theater and see it per se, but if you have MoviePass, by all means, that's what I did. But it's definitely a renter. But it's just going to make you feel good and happy, and in these times, with everything that's going on in the world today, I know that's so stupid to say, but it's true, it just made me forget about things for an hour and a half. It's called Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? No, it's just called Won't You Be My Neighbor, and it is playing in select theaters near you. Until next time.
He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.